You stir, your eyes flutter open, and that familiar dread washes over you. You glance at the clock, and sure enough, it's 3 a.m. Again. The house is silent, the world is asleep, but you're wide awake, mind buzzing, heart sinking. This isn't just an occasional occurrence. It's become a frustrating, almost predictable pattern. You lie there, replaying the day, worrying about tomorrow, or simply staring at the ceiling, wishing for the comforting embrace of sleep. It feels like your body has an alarm clock set for the middle of the night, regardless of how tired you felt when you finally closed your eyes hours earlier. You might wonder if it's just a part of getting older, an inevitable decline in restful nights. Perhaps you've tried counting sheep, warm milk, or even over-the-counter sleep aids, only to find yourself back in this same agonizing loop. This consistent interruption to your precious sleep isn't just annoying. It can leave you feeling drained, irritable, and unfocused throughout the day, impacting your energy, your memory, and even your mood. But what if I told you that this 3 a.m. wake-up call isn't random? What if there's a surprising, often overlooked reason behind it? And more importantly, some simple, gentle shifts you can make to reclaim your nights. In this video, we're going to uncover some common, yet often misunderstood, culprits behind your early morning awakenings and explore practical, easy-to-implement habits that can help you sleep soundly through the night, leaving you refreshed and ready to embrace each new day. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Now, let's dive into some of the most common reasons your body decides it's time to rise at such an ungodly hour. One of the biggest culprits, and one that often surprises people, is actually related to your blood sugar. Think of your blood sugar like a roller coaster. Throughout the day, when you eat, especially foods high in refined carbohydrates or sugar, your blood sugar spikes. Your body then releases insulin to bring it back down. This is a normal process. However, if your dinner was heavy on those quick-release carbs, perhaps a big bowl of pasta, a lot of white rice, or even a sugary dessert, your blood sugar might rise sharply, and then, several hours later, as you're in the deep slumber of the early morning, it can crash quite dramatically. When your blood sugar levels dip too low while you're asleep, your body senses this as an emergency. It's a survival mechanism. To bring your blood sugar back up to a safe level, your adrenal glands kick into action, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And what do these hormones do? They're designed to wake you up, to give you a jolt of energy, essentially telling your body, "Wake up, there's a problem." That surge of cortisol and adrenaline is precisely what can yank you out of your peaceful sleep at 3 a.m., leaving you wide awake and sometimes even feeling a little anxious or revved up, even though you were sound asleep just moments before. To combat this, the key is to make some gentle adjustments to your evening meal and any late-night snacks. Instead of relying on simple carbohydrates, try to balance your dinner plate with complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and a good source of protein. For example, instead of just plain white rice, consider brown rice or quinoa. Pair your protein, like a piece of chicken or fish, with plenty of non-starchy vegetables such as broccoli, spinach, or green beans. These foods digest more slowly, releasing glucose into your bloodstream at a steadier pace, preventing those dramatic spikes and subsequent crashes. If you absolutely need a snack before bed, choose something small and balanced, like a handful of almonds, a few slices of apple with a spoonful of peanut butter, or a small portion of plain Greek yogurt. These choices provide sustained energy and help keep your blood sugar stable throughout the night. Think about your last meal of the day. Is it truly supporting a calm, steady night's rest, or is it setting the stage for a midnight blood sugar roller coaster? Making these simple shifts can significantly impact whether your body feels the need to sound that internal alarm in the wee hours. It's all about giving your body what it needs to maintain balance, even when you're completely unaware. Moving on from what you eat, Let's talk about what you drink, especially in the afternoon and evening. This leads us to another common culprit behind those 3 a.m. wake-up calls: hidden caffeine and alcohol. Many of us enjoy a good cup of coffee or tea during the day, and perhaps a glass of wine or a beer with dinner. But the timing of these beverages and how your body processes them can have a profound impact on your sleep quality. Even hours later, you might think, "Oh, I stopped drinking coffee by lunchtime," or "Just one glass of wine helps me relax." But the truth is, caffeine has a much longer half-life than most people realize. It can stay in your system for up to 6 to 8 hours, meaning that afternoon coffee, or even certain teas, could still be circulating in your bloodstream, acting as a stimulant well into the night. It might not prevent you from falling asleep initially, but it can disrupt the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep, making you more prone to waking up. Your body is still trying to process that stimulant, even if you don't consciously feel buzzy. So, a general rule of thumb is to cut off caffeine by early afternoon, ideally around 2 p.m. or even earlier if you're particularly sensitive. Switch to decaffeinated options or herbal teas in the latter half of your day. Now, let's talk about alcohol. Many people believe alcohol helps them sleep because it can make you feel drowsy initially. And yes, a glass of wine might help you drift off faster. However, alcohol actually fragments your sleep as the night progresses. While it depresses the central nervous system initially, leading to drowsiness, as your body metabolizes the alcohol, it creates byproducts that are stimulating. This rebound effect often causes you to wake up in the middle of the night, feeling restless and unable to return to deep sleep. Alcohol also interferes with REM sleep, which is crucial for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. So, even if you fall asleep quickly, the quality of that sleep is significantly compromised. If you enjoy an alcoholic beverage, try to have it earlier in the evening, ideally with dinner, and consider limiting yourself to 1 or 2 drinks. Even better, experiment with going without alcohol for a few evenings to see if it makes a difference to your sleep patterns. You might be surprised at how much more restorative your sleep becomes. Beyond diet and drink, another powerful and often underestimated factor in those early morning awakenings is chronic stress and the silent buildup of cortisol. We all experience stress, but it's how our bodies manage that stress, particularly over time, that truly matters for sleep. When you're constantly feeling worried, overwhelmed, or even just rushing through your day without a moment's pause, your body is in a low-grade state of fight or flight. This means your adrenal glands are continuously releasing cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Now, cortisol levels are naturally higher in the morning to help us wake up and feel alert, and they gradually decrease throughout the day, reaching their lowest point at night to allow us to sleep. But if you're living with chronic stress, your cortisol levels can remain elevated even into the evening. This creates a challenging environment for sleep. You might find it hard to wind down. Your mind might race, or you might feel a sense of internal tension. Then, in the early hours of the morning, often between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., there's a natural ebb and flow in your body's hormone levels. If your cortisol is already running a bit high from accumulated daily stress, this natural fluctuation can trigger a surge, acting like a sudden internal alarm clock. You wake up feeling wide awake, sometimes with a jolt, and your mind immediately starts churning through your to-do list, your worries, or even just random thoughts. It's not just a matter of thinking too much. It's a physiological response to an overloaded stress system. To address this, it's not about eliminating all stress from your life. That's often impossible, but about managing your response to it and building in moments of calm throughout your day. Simple practices can make a world of difference. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of mindful breathing, where you consciously slow your breath and focus on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body, can signal to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Gentle movement like a leisurely walk in nature, stretching, or a slow yoga practice can help release accumulated tension from your body. Engaging in hobbies that bring you joy and a sense of flow, whether it's gardening, painting, or listening to music, can also be incredibly effective stress reducers. Journaling before bed, where you simply write down whatever is on your mind, can help offload worries from your brain onto paper, preventing them from swirling around when you're trying to sleep. The key is consistency. By regularly integrating these small moments of stress relief into your day, you help your body bring its cortisol levels back into a healthier balance, setting the stage for a more peaceful, uninterrupted night's sleep. Remember, your sleep is a reflection of your day. Another very common reason many people find themselves waking up at 3 a.m., and one that's often immediately blamed, is the need to use the bathroom. You might think, well, of course, I wake up because my bladder is full. And while that's certainly true in many cases, it's worth exploring why your bladder might be calling you so insistently in the middle of the night, especially if it feels more frequent than it used to be. This isn't just about aging. Sometimes, it's about subtle habits that contribute to nocturnal awakenings. For one, consider your hydration timing. While staying well hydrated throughout the day is crucial for your overall health, chugging a large glass of water or other liquids right before bed can indeed put unnecessary pressure on your bladder, prompting those middle-of-the-night trips. Try to front-load your fluid intake earlier in the day and gradually reduce it in the evening, aiming to stop significant liquid consumption about 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Sip, don't gulp, in the evenings. Also, certain beverages are known bladder irritants for some individuals. We touched on caffeine and alcohol already, but even seemingly innocent drinks like fizzy sodas, highly acidic juices like orange or grapefruit juice, and even some artificial sweeteners can irritate the bladder lining, making it feel fuller faster or creating a stronger urge to go. Experiment with cutting back on these in the latter part of your day to see if it makes a difference. Furthermore, poor circulation or certain medications can also play a role. If you experience swelling in your legs and ankles during the day, elevating your legs for about an hour before bed can help fluid redistribute throughout your body before you lie down, potentially reducing the amount of fluid that ends up in your bladder overnight. It's also worth noting that high blood sugar, which we discussed earlier, can also lead to increased urination. So addressing that aspect of your diet can offer a double benefit for your sleep. If the issue is persistent and significantly disruptive, it's always wise to have a conversation with your doctor, as there could be underlying medical conditions, like an overactive bladder or even sleep apnea, that need professional attention. But for many, simply adjusting fluid intake timing and being mindful of bladder irritants can significantly reduce those midnight bathroom dashes. Next up, let's consider the interplay of your daily activity and how you wind down your day. It might seem counterintuitive, but a lack of sufficient physical activity during the day can contribute to restless nights. And conversely, too much screen time in the evening can actively disrupt your sleep. Our bodies are designed to move, engaging in regular, moderate physical activity during the day helps regulate our circadian rhythm, the body's natural sleep-wake cycle. When you exert energy, even through gentle activities like walking, gardening, or swimming, your body naturally builds up sleep pressure, making you feel genuinely tired and ready for rest when bedtime arrives. Without enough daytime activity, you might not feel adequately spent at the end of the day, leading to a state where you're tired but not sleepy, leaving you tossing and turning, or waking up feeling less refreshed. The key here is consistency and finding activities you genuinely enjoy. It doesn't have to be strenuous. A brisk 30-minute walk in the fresh air, especially earlier in the day, can make a huge difference. However, timing is important. Vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can actually be stimulating. So aim to finish any intense workouts at least 3 to 4 hours before you plan to sleep. Alongside this, the blue light emitted from screens, your tablet, smartphone, computer, and even your television plays a significant role in disrupting your natural sleep cycle. This blue light mimics daylight, signaling to your brain that it's still daytime and suppressing the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Many of us fall into the habit of scrolling on our phones or watching TV right up until the moment we turn out the lights. This floods your brain with signals that are the exact opposite of what you need for restful sleep. To counteract this, establish a digital sunset at least an hour, or ideally 2 hours, before bedtime. Put away the electronics, dim the lights in your home, and engage in more calming, analog activities. Read a physical book, listen to some soothing music, chat with a loved one, or simply sit quietly and reflect. Creating this buffer zone allows your body to naturally ramp up melatonin production, preparing you for a deeper, more continuous sleep. Think of it as creating a gentle, gradual transition from your active day to your restful night. Finally, let's talk about your sleep environment and bedtime routine. These might seem obvious, but often the smallest details can have the biggest impact on whether you keep waking up at 3 a.m. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep, a space that is dark, quiet, and cool. Even a sliver of light from a street lamp, a digital clock, or a charging phone can disrupt your sleep quality. Invest in blackout curtains. Use an eye mask, or cover any glowing lights in your room. Total darkness signals to your brain that it's truly nighttime, further aiding melatonin production. Noise, even subtle background sounds, can also be disruptive. If you live in a noisy area, consider using earplugs or a white noise machine, which can create a consistent, soothing sound that masks sudden disturbances. And then there's temperature. Most people sleep best in a cool room, typically between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius. If your bedroom is too warm, your body has to work harder to cool itself down, which can interfere with sleep onset and maintenance. Experiment with your thermostat, lighter bedding, or even a fan to find your optimal temperature. Beyond the physical environment, creating a consistent bedtime routine is incredibly powerful. Your body thrives on routine and predictability. Just as you had a bedtime routine for children, you can benefit from one as an adult. This isn't about rigid rules, but about creating a series of calming rituals that signal to your body and mind that it's time to wind down. This might include a warm bath or shower to relax your muscles and lower your body temperature slightly before bed. A few minutes of gentle stretching, reading a chapter of a book, or listening to a guided meditation. The key is to do these activities consistently, at roughly the same time each night, including on weekends. This regular pattern helps to reinforce your natural circadian rhythm, making it easier for your body to anticipate sleep and stay asleep. Think of your routine as a gentle off-ramp from the day's activities, guiding you smoothly into the land of dreams. It's a powerful, comforting habit that tells your body, it's time to rest now. So, we've explored several surprising and often interconnected reasons why you might be waking up at 3 a.m., from the unexpected dance of your blood sugar levels and the lingering effects of caffeine and alcohol, to the silent burden of chronic stress. The timing of your hydration, the crucial role of daily activity and screen time, and finally, the sanctuary of your sleep environment and the power of a consistent bedtime routine. It's rarely just one single thing, but often a combination of these factors, creating that perfect storm for your early morning awakenings. The shocking truth isn't some mystical force. It's simply your body trying to tell you something, giving you signals that it's out of balance in some way, and that these daily choices have a profound impact on your nightly rest. The wonderful news is that you have the power to make a difference. Every single one of these suggestions involves gentle, practical shifts that are entirely within your control. You don't need expensive equipment or drastic lifestyle overhauls. Start small. Perhaps focus on just one area this week, like cutting off caffeine earlier, or ensuring your dinner is balanced with protein and fiber. Listen to your body and notice how even a small change can begin to shift your sleep patterns. Remember, deep, Restorative sleep isn't a luxury, it's a fundamental pillar of your health, vitality, and overall well-being. It impacts your energy levels, your mood, your cognitive function, and even your ability to handle daily stresses. Reclaiming your nights means reclaiming your days, allowing you to live with more vigor, clarity, and joy. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to embrace each new sunrise, not dread the midnight hour. What stood out to you the most from what we discussed today? Do you recognize any of these patterns in your own life? Or have you found other gentle strategies that have helped you sleep through the night? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video helpful and insightful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us know we're creating content that genuinely makes a difference in your life. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and encouragement to help you live your best life at every age. You have the power to transform your sleep and, with it, your entire outlook, sweet dreams, and live your best life every single day.